Hi, everybody. We are talking about loneliness today. Do you feel lonely? You are not alone. This is a huge, huge problem. We're going to be unpacking this topic, whether or not you're an entrepreneur, a professional, a parent, and just a young adult. You think, oh my goodness, why am I feeling so lonely? Well, guess what? You're not alone. And I'm hoping that this video is really going to provide some wonderful hope for you and some practical tools to help you really deal with loneliness. And so if we haven't met, my name is Dr. Karen. I've been doing this work for over 25 years. It started with in terms of family work. My doctor's in marriage and family. I'm a licensed health professional. But today we spend most of our time actually working with businesses globally on helping them develop their businesses, relationships, and also their emotional well-being. And so this topic around loneliness really fits under that third bucket, in terms of really how do we really take care of our emotional well-being? How do we deal with the loneliness issue that we're seeing all over? I'm going to be talking about that today. So we're going to get out your pen and paper. I'm going to give you 5 practical ways to deal with loneliness, whether or not it's for yourself or somebody that you know. Just before we dive in, I want to share with you some interesting research on this topic. Some of you might have heard some of these stats before, but it's incredibly powerful, actually. World Health Organization has warned that loneliness could soon become a global epidemic leading to dementia, heart disease, stroke, and premature death. The report also said that loneliness increases the risk of premature death by nearly 30%. This is a major problem that is emotional and social, but that affects us physically. Okay. And when I first started my practice over 25 years ago, it was at a medical office, and I worked very closely with the medical doctors, and I focus obviously on the emotional side. But it was interesting just to see how the emotional, when we are struggling with something emotionally, how it can impact us physically, and as I just shared actually from that piece of data. So okay, so how do we deal with this? Okay, so how do we deal with it? I'm going to be giving you 5 practical ways. Get out your pen and paper, and let's dive in. So first thing is to really understand the why. Why is this actually so important? Why is this actually such a problem? And why is it so necessary? And there's a couple things I want to say. One of the things that I have found working with both individuals as well as business owners, I see this a lot with entrepreneurs. A lot of professionals and business owners feel very lonely. It's one of the actually little secrets of entrepreneurs. And I think part of it is because we think if I'm physically with other people, I won't feel lonely. So for example, we'll see this a lot in marriages. A lot of people are lonely within their marriage. You're like, how do I feel lonely, but there's another person? Because we can be physically beside somebody, but still feel lonely. Because for us to not feel lonely, you know what we need? We need connection. We need emotional connection. So you can have physical proximity, but no emotional connection. That's why somebody's going to feel lonely. And so that's why it can be confusing for a lot of people. They're like, why do I feel lonely? I'm in a marriage. Or as an entrepreneur, why do I feel lonely? Because I'm with people all the time. Well, if you're with people all the time, but you're serving them, you're kind of as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you're giving, you're outputting to them, but there's not emotional connection. That's what we need. And the reason why we need it is because we are built for this. We are created for this. We are created to be relational. So if we don't feed that part of ourselves, if that part's not getting fed, we're going to feel lonely. And if we feel lonely, it can have physical, there can be a physical impact on us. And so as the World Health Organization said, so that's the why. Okay, just understand the why. Understand the why. Number 2. So how do we actually deal with it? So what do? You might be like, okay, Karen, this is making sense. Then what do I do? So the second step is get out your pen and paper and write down what are your core values of what you're looking for connection. So whether or not it's within friendship, whether or not it's finding a partner, whether or not it's like a professional, maybe you're feeling professionally lonely, kind of really make a list of what are the things that you are looking for in your connections. What are, so is it shared interests? Is it similar hobbies? Is it, you want business at work or entrepreneur at work? Is it, you want honesty or compassion? Like, just start making a list of what are the things that are important to you in terms of, who do you kind of want to hang out with? Who are your people? And so really start making a list of values that you're looking for? What are the values that you look for? Maybe you're a person, you're like, I want people in my life that, have adventure, that love to travel, that have a sense of balance between business and work and family. Like, start making a list of what are your values that you're actually looking for. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, who are these people? Who are these people? So if you were in my office and you said, okay, Karen, I'm lonely, I'm a business owner and I'm lonely, what I would tell you is, tell me with what your top 5 values are. What do you actually, what type of people are you actually looking for? And who is basically the best fit? And to help you with that, if you haven't gotten my book, obviously recommend to get, it's called The 3 Chairs, high level. And this ties into your third tip. In my 3 chairs framework, you can watch my TED Talk. It explains it in a lot more detail, but very quick, high level. You've got the left chair. People who sit in that left chair are very insecure. People who are in the right chair are very arrogant. People who are in the middle chair, they're confident and they have a sense of humility. What I'd be recommending to all my clients that come in, whether or not they're business owners, professionals, parents, whatever their background is, I'd be recommending get clear on your 5 values. What kind of people are you really drawn to who are sitting in the middle chair? So now, because what happens is, as unconsciously, we are attracted to people who sit in the same chair as we do. So we really want to find great people in our life. We want to find great people that have shared, there's an alignment of our value system, who are also sitting in that middle chair. Wow, that's when all the, everything starts kind of going off. That is kind of the ideal scenario. And so that's what I'd be recommending in terms of who. And you might be like, okay, well, I want to get a little bit more information. Well, how would you describe somebody who sits in that middle chair? There's kind of 5 core skills that people have when they're sitting in that middle chair. So if you don't have our middle chair scorecard, it's a leadership scorecard. Just below in the comments, write health, and somebody from my team will actually send you our emotional intelligence scorecard, and that kind of outlines 5 different qualities of people that we want to have that are kind of sitting in the middle chair. So that's a great little free resource for you. Okay, so we've talked about the why, we've talked about your value system, we talked about who. You want people who are sitting in that middle chair. So then the 4th thing comes to where are they? And so this really depends on where you are in your life. And again, this is the beautiful thing. We are part of a global community. And so the where is, I believe in a little bit of a tier approach. So if I use myself as an example, I'm very clear in my values of who I want to surround myself with. I'm very clear. I want to make sure that I'm spending as much time as I can with people in the middle chair. But where I've got different levels of friends and networks that I love. Community. I like people that are local. I like the fact that I can know my neighbors and I can go for drinks or go for dinner. So I have one group of people that would kind of fit that criteria that are in my close within, let's say, 15 minutes drive. Okay, so you want to start looking at your own community, your physical community, your church, your neighbors, your school. Maybe your gym. Like, look, within 15-minute, 30-minute radius, who's kind of in your area, because it is really helpful, I think, to have people that are in close proximity. So that could be one group. But you can have other groups. You can have a business group. You can have a business community. One of the reasons why I started 3 different groups, one including a women's entrepreneur mastermind, was because I found there was a lot of women that were feeling very lonely in their business. So I created a mastermind, a group, a network of women that we could kind of all come together. And man, when you get people who are sitting in that middle chair, who have shared the same values, it is so energizing. And so you want to kind of figure out where are the networks, the groups of people that are kind of, that I really want to connect to. So whether it's a business group, an entrepreneur group, whether it's a church group, whether or not it's an athletic group, an adventure group, a travel group, what kind of group can you kind of really partake in? And the beautiful thing about that type of group is that it can be more global. Our women entrepreneur group, we've got people all across America. And so you can have, it kind of opens up a wider net. And so you want to kind of really look at that as an opportunity as well. But you do need to kind of start, stretching yourself, expanding your network, versus just kind of like staying at home. So that would be kind of a couple things that I recommend. And so again, the where is, I like to do the two-prong approach. I like to look local, community, as well as more global in terms of a bit of a wider net, but a little bit more of a niche focus, That's what I have found super helpful. Super helpful. The last one is how do you do it? Well, you need to take initiative. This actually goes a little bit to the middle chair. People in that middle chair, they have clarity about what they want, and they actually step on the gas, and they start taking action. So how do you start developing this? Is to get clear on with what you want and start taking action. Start taking initiative. I call it, it's a little bit of an intimacy dance, right? So let's say you want to kind of get to know one of your neighbors. Reach out, take initiative. Do you want to go for drinks? Do you want to come over for a barbecue? Take initiative. Put your hand up, because there's so many people that are also lonely. So take initiative, just take initiative, invite them over, and then step back. Don't chase. You initiate, you step back. Okay, you initiate, you step back. Not everybody is going to have capacity for new friendships, but there's a lot of people that do have capacity for and are looking for it. So take initiative, step back. Take initiative, step back. And plant a lot of, what's what I call plant a lot of seeds. If you've just moved to a new area, plant a lot of seeds. Take initiative in a variety of different relationships, and then step back and see in terms of who also initiates. And again, part of the secret with this whole issue is, as you're sitting in the middle chair, and as you are developing yourself, and you are helping yourself learning to sit in that middle chair, and you're really developing your confidence, you are then going to start attracting other people that are also sitting in the middle chair. Okay, so it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to help you feel confident, but it's also going to actually help to deal with the loneliness. And just remember, there's a lot of people who really want also to expand their network, and to that are also feeling lonely. And so lean into this, everybody. Lean into this. Try to apply those 5 things, and let me know how it goes. And if there's a topic that you would like us to focus on here on the videos, make your suggestions below. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you write health below if you would like to get the scorecard. Make sure you can join our community. We have lots of different wonderful videos to really help and inspire people to be great leaders at work and at home. That's our mission. And when I talk about leadership and confidence, I'm not talking just about for professionals. I'm also talking for parents as well. Leadership is a mindset. It's not a title. But really leaning into this whole issue around finding people of connections that we really connect to is so important. And you will find that when you find your people, all of a sudden you feel energized. So let me know how it goes, and be sure to let me know of other topics that you would like us to cover as well. And check out some of our other videos. We've got lots of videos here on our YouTube channel.